I guess these next box, I'm more retiring.
What was Gur's favorite catchphrase?
What was what?
Gur's favorite catchphrase.
His favorite catchphrase? I'm gonna cut you like a pig and lay your... Oh, no.
This question's for Gur. Why did you remove your guidey chippy thing?
Oh. Make room for the tuna.
This question's for Billy.
Yeah, Billy, yeah, good. Good character. Yeah, question.
What do you think about Jeff the Spider?
That was my question.
This is for Richard. What was actually your favorite episode of the Angry Beavers?
Oh, I love Muscular Beaver episodes. Muscular Beaver, whoosh! My favorite moment in all of that show. I have two. My favorite is in that episode where I try to free the baby chicks and I throw them off the cliff.
Yeah.
Fly, be free, they can't fly yet.
Yeah.
My other favorite one is, it's just a moment, but it epitomizes Daggett in a nutshell. And that is when Big Bunny comes to town, and I don't know if you ever noticed this, but Daggett always starts talking like whoever comes in the show. So like, by the end of that episode, Daggett was talking like he was Big Bunny. But Big Bunny says, you guys are just being nice to me because, you know, you don't want me to feel bad. And Daggett goes, yeah, so. That's it, Daggett, yeah, so.
This is for Melissa. What was it like voicing Rikki on Digimon?
That was great. Rikki was like this really sensitive, girl, and she was full of so much angst and heart. She would, I don't know if you guys know this, she wore this little T-shirt with a broken heart on it, but she was really great. I did her at the time. It was like 4. No, I was still doing it even when we were doing this show too. But yeah, I was doing it at a time that there was like a lot of sadness in my life too. So it was like this deep time, and it ended up being great. It was like this cathartic little character, and that went on for a while. And
She had gone on a killing spree.
I had to control myself, but she was great. And a lot of the episodes were directed by the same director who directed me as Edward. Yeah. It was really great.
I have 2 questions actually. One's for Melissa and one's for all of you. Who'd you play in Wicked?
I was the understudy to Glinda.
Awesome.
So I had to understudy Krista Chenoweth on Broadway, and then did it out in LA too.
Alright, how did all of you get your parts? Like, did you go in and audition, or?
For this show, or for Wicked?
For Zim.
Oh, for Zim.
Where are you?
She's right here.
Oh, right.
I couldn't see my first year. I auditioned for it. I auditioned for the casting director. I told the story before, but I auditioned for the casting director, and then I came back and did another audition, and there was this guy like sitting on the floor with like his black hair and his glasses and his stripy socks and his big platform shoes. I'm like, who is this guy? And it was Jonan. He was like, directing me, and it was really cool. It was a really fun audition. So I auditioned for it. You guys?
I was living in Jonan's house for 20 days, coloring one of his comics, and he was working on the pilot at the time, and he was having trouble finding a voice actor for the voice of Gur, because everybody that came in to do it were talented. He didn't want that. He wanted horrible. He told me. So I jokingly said, "Can I give it a shot?" And he said, "Yeah, I guess you couldn't screw it up any more than anyone else." his office and listened to him
Yeah.
scream. A lot of us kept coming in under the door. They agreed to send it off to Nickelodeon in New York, and Nickelodeon in New York said, we'd like to hear it, we like it, but we'd like to hear another take. And by the time I came in to do a second audition, I had been awake for 32 hours working on another project. So I sounded terrible. So Jonah just remixed the first audition and sent that to them again.
Yes!
Yes, that's the one.
Is that true, really? The first audition?
True. And they said it's fine as long as he's just a minor character.
Awesome. And what about you?
I had been approached by Jonan and, who else was working with us at the time? Jonan and,
John the director.
yeah.
That's UBcon. No.
Yeah.
So, it was in
Twice.
Rikki?
Yes,
Gordon Rikki.
yeah. And they came up and said, hey, we'd like you to do Zim. You come in and read, and so I did, and I didn't think I was right for it. I thought I was more right for Dib originally. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but at the time I was still doing Angry Beavers. So they said, we don't want two voices that sound similar. We don't want Daddy to sound like Zim. So they went ahead and did it without me. So Billy did the
Oh, wait,
pilot.
originally it was Mark
It
Hamill.
was Mark Hamill, and they replaced Mark with Billy. And then they did the pilot, and at the same time Angry Beavers ended, Jonan came back to me and said, Jonan and Mary took the executive producer, and said, hey, you know what, would you take a look at the pilot, and would you redub it? So I said, great, and I did it, and they sent it off to Nickelodeon, they go, okay.